We are live.
Woo!
Let's see.
Hello. We're still in person. What's up?
Yes, sir. Let's see. I want to make sure. Let's see. Can you hear us? Can you hear us okay? Does this sound like it's coming through this microphone or no?
Yeah, let us know if one of us is we need to adjust how one of us is talking or all that stuff. But yeah, how are you guys doing?
Yo.
Happy 4th of July. Happy Canada Day. I know it was last week. Happy everything. Happy everything.
Happy summer. Happy OurThoughts summer.
Yes, happy OurThoughts summer. How you guys doing, man?
What up,
Gier, how's it going?
Miracle, we got our moderator in here. What's up? Cool. Happy 4th. What's up, y'all?
Hey, what's up, Josh?
Let me see. I'm not sure if it's coming through this. Hold on, y'all. Just trying to make sure.
Yeah, we can't like change where the audio is coming from until we get on stream.
Right.
So we're kind of just hang with us for a sec while we get everything all sorted out.
All up to date. Yeah.
How's it going, everyone? Curry, yes. Happy NBA Finals Day. Let us know who you got in the winning the ship.
Oh shoot! Really?
Yeah, it's today. Yeah, in about an hour.
Oh snap! All right.
So that's gonna be fun, man. It's a fun matchup. It's actually like two teams that no one expected to be there.
Yeah, who's in the finals? I haven't been.
It's Milwaukee and Phoenix.
Oh snap! Okay.
So two really fun teams, man. Super excited to see how it all plays out. Hopefully Giannis is healthy, so we get a good series. And yeah, I like the Suns too. But yeah, how's your week been, man?
It's been a good week. It's been a lot. 4th of July was pretty fun. I will say saw a lot of people while I'm here visiting in the Bay. Been trying to keep up with all this new music and stuff that's been dropping.
A lot's been dropping. I got a whole list right here of stuff we got to talk about. We got some reviews. We got some updates.
Right.
Excited, man. But yeah.
It's been cool though. Just trying to stay up to date. Working on a lot. I'm here for another week, so it's been good. I'm glad. It's been fun doing the show, the live stream in person though. I will say it's
been so much fun. Yeah, I mean, first of all, it's just cool seeing you. Period.
Right.
Like in person, because like man, Zoom is
not the same.
Zoom is something else. Like it was cool for the first like 3 months. I remember. Early in the pandemic, it was like, okay, the classes on Zoom, interesting. Like I get to turn off my camera, I get to not talk for a bit, which is fun. But after a while, man, you just like, I want to talk to people. I want to have the choice of sitting in the back of the class,
and to not talk to people.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the thing is I want to have the choice of not talking to someone. Hey, Luke. Yes, of course, with the DJ Khaled ad libs.
Oh,
yes,
of course.
Sir.
Yeah, if you guys weren't there for our last live stream, we skipped a week. Chesco was out of town. He was having fun in Disneyland, so took a little bit of a hiatus just for the week, but we're back. But if you were there for our last live stream, that was kind of crazy.
got a new laptop. We're good.
Everything's
good. Shit happens.
Yeah.
And we're back at it with an OurThoughts summer. I got something in premiere right now. Got our highlight video for Thursday. I'll let you know off screen.
Okay, for sure.
Or actually, I don't know. People, this is like our secret club. I'm sure they can.
Sure.
It's our the Kanye West Renaissance theory that we have, where we believe that Kanye is going to be coming back with similar to how he came out with My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, where it's like everyone thinks he's at his lowest low. We're going to come out with our theory video on that. That'll be fun. That'll be fun. So
got some stuff loaded up.
Yeah, Rice did not work. It worked for a second. Okay, yeah. So let me tell you guys about like what happened.
We
have a lot to catch up on. So, I spilled my drink onto my laptop, and
on stream.
Yeah. It was a complete accident. It wasn't on purpose. Like we would never do that kind of thing
in front of like 20 people.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the first thing we did, put it in rice, let it chill for a couple days, and then
you left it for like 24 hours, right?
I left it for 24 hours, turned it back on, didn't work. So I was like, okay, I'll just let it sit for another like day. And sure enough, the day after, turned it on, it worked. And it worked for a couple minutes. And then I put it in the charger, went to the bathroom to shower, came back, doesn't work anymore.
Oh my God.
So we're going to check on it. I mean, obviously I got my new laptop, but I'm thinking about like giving it to a cousin. So I'll probably just change the battery. Hopefully it still works enough to give it to him. But no, yeah, like I said, we're back with a fresh laptop. I'm very mindful now of just like what I put next to my laptop.
Yeah, I know. We got drinks again. So
yes, cheers. Let's do a little cheers. I know we did one already, but yeah.
What are we drinking? We're drinking Golden State spiked apple cider.
Yes.
As you can see there, sponsor us.
Yeah, man.
But
so,
yeah,
please sponsor us.
Make sure these do not tip over and take out another laptop while we're here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What's up, Kitchen Boy? We got the usuals in here. What's up, Meme Lord? We got a Meme Lord in the chat.
Yeah.
What's
shout out to our favorite mod, of course, a miracle.
Sir. Kitchen Boy got tickets to the weekend. Congrats, bro. That's gonna be fun. You know when you're like the weekend tour, or I guess so. Yeah. When are you going? Because I will also be going.
Yeah.
Why are there so many F's in the chat? Oh, for your laptop.
For my laptop. Thank you, guys. I appreciate the prayers. If any of you guys were praying for my laptop, for the rise of I had a tweet in the draft when my old laptop turned on. I had a tweet in the drafts about like, like it was like the Undertaker, the wrestling, like coming back to life.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I came back ready to tweet it, it didn't work out. So
that's okay.
And Josh, hey, what you think about the Tyler's album? I think we're gonna talk about it soon
on this stream.
Yeah,
we will be giving our initial thoughts for sure.
Yeah, just because we know that we missed a week, so we want to make sure that we come back and we give you guys a little bit of what you want, a little bit of what you need.
Right.
Yeah. Miracle asked, are you going to the tour? Yes, you are.
Yes, I will be going there.
Yep, that's gonna be a lot of fun.
I have it on my calendar a year from now. Let me see.
Yeah, I will not be. I mean, I will if things clear up. Hopefully I get a ticket. Hopefully I can snag a quick ticket. Like
I'm sure you can, honestly.
Right before, yeah.
You can scalp. But yeah, I will be there. After Hours tour, March 11th of 2022. I will be seeing him live in LA. So that's the plan, which is fun. We were almost going to go to
Day in
Vegas.
Okay, yeah. Let's talk. So obviously Day in Vegas is that festival coming out with I think Kendrick,
Travis,
Kendrick Lamar,
Tyler, Travis Scott, Tyler Creator,
SZA,
literally everyone. Daniel Caesar,
the love of my life, Maria Isabel.
It was stacked.
There was.
There were so many. There were so many to count. I couldn't even count.
It was literally like I said this to Matt. It's like as if we curated this. Like it's literally every single artist is like one of our faves.
Yeah.
We tried to go. We tried to snag a ticket. Like we did the whole pre-sale code thing or whatever. Just didn't work out. But
yeah, they sold out fast. I mean, the only ones. By the time I got past the waiting, like the queue, I had to spend like $1,200 on 2 tickets or something like that. I was like, bro.
It was either that or like the VIP shit,
no.
Which is like that's
even
not
in
my realm.
Yeah. So I was looking forward to that, but it's all good. I'm still seeing someone, but I'm definitely trying to see more live music now that concerts are happening again.
Yeah.
But yeah. He's going May 1 in Washington. There you go.
That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun. Hey, Gier, I'm down. Let's do it. Let's go. You're paying for me? I'm just joking. But yeah, let's do it. Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, I saw. This is like a while. Yeah, Curry. I finally listened to that Olivia Rodrigo album. Let me know what you thought about it, man. It was definitely that High School Musical series is like.
Is it?
It's banging, bro. It's kind of nice.
I guess I gotta check it out.
I like if you're into like watching high school drama and laughing at them, like
I'll watch it to laugh at them.
If you're like laughing at if you're down to spend 30 minutes per episode just laughing at these theater kids, and no disrespect to you if you're a theater kid, like all love.
It's okay.
But
I was a theater kid at one point.
Oh yeah, at one point, yeah.
Yeah.
Not in high school though, right?
Before high school.
Before high school. Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
I was a theater kid too. So it's coming at you with love.
Okay.
But it's pretty funny the drama you guys get into off theater. But yeah, it's a pretty good series.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, I've never felt so strongly about a character as much as some of these kids, man. They're so annoying. I want to punch them in the face.
Okay, gotcha.
Like some of these villains are just like so unlikable. I think part of it is just because they're kids, and I'm like,
yeah.
But yeah, if Olivia Rodrigo both Porch went on tour, would Our Thoughts go?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely would go to that. That sounds like very interesting TikTok music that I'll definitely
we would absolutely
check it out. We would do a vlog for that.
Yes, and we would definitely not stand out in the crowd.
No,
we would not be
amongst the 12-year-old girls. No.
Yeah.
Damn.
But yeah, I think. Oh, real quick, let's go ahead and plug our off-season deep dive.
Yes,
that we put out. Thank God that I exported this thing, because obviously the whole laptop scenario, but yeah. So our cinematic deep dive, lyrical breakdown into J. Cole's off season's out now. Go check that out. It's on our channel. It's our most recent video. That's gonna be fun. That is fun. It's probably like it's right up there with our like weekend video, in my opinion.
Yeah, super cool. Go check that out. Go show that some love. It should be, if you go on our channel now, it's like the latest video.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, spent a lot of time. Thank God it survived, or like it was exported before the laptop died.
Yeah.
So go give it love just for that reason alone. But yeah, check it out. J. Cole off season. We put a lot of thought into that, and it was super fun. Mm-hmm. What else we got going on?
That's kind of it for our intro.
Okay, cool.
I mean, like if we have time later, maybe I can tell you guys about my trip. That was fun. But let's as for right now, let's go ahead and get into our staple segment here at the Our Thoughts podcast. We have the weekly weekend update.
Title here.
Yeah,
sweeping graphic.
Yeah. We have our weekly weekend update, and it's kind of a big one, guys.
That's a lot.
Wow, our boy is transitioning into more than just music. He is apparently, according to, I don't have the, why did I say according to? Now I put myself in a hole, having to know what the source is. But The Weeknd will star in, write, and executive produce an HBO drama series titled The Idol. The description of it is that it follows a female pop singer who starts a romance with an enigmatic, we already know which character The Weeknd's playing, I guess, an enigmatic LA club owner who is the leader of a secret cult. Enigmatic already lets me know that's the role Weeknd is playing.
Yeah. I was very interested by this. He's starring in the series, which will be interesting. I don't know how much. I mean, that sounds like he's going to be like one of the main characters, which will be really fun if you're a Weeknd fan to see him like act. Like you can't like if you guys saw Uncut Gems, you saw maybe like 15 minutes of him acting. He kind of just like hits on a girl and then gets into a fight with Adam Sandler. That's kind of the extent of his scene. But I was very surprised to hear that he's like co-writing and starring in this series, which is the creator of the series he's collaborating with is Sam Levinson, which is the creator of Euphoria, one of HBO's like most popular series ever.
Fantastic series,
great show. And so I already know it's going to be like dark, gritty, late night. He's obviously like some haunted club promoter that has a secret cult. Like I feel like that, and honestly, that feels like it kind of aligns with the themes of like After Hours. Because remember, like he referenced Jimmy Hoffa in one of his lines,
yeah.
and that there was like some weird secret society shit going on with him, and he like went missing. So it all kind of connects. So yeah, I think that's gonna be super cool. Let's read the chat here. Let's deep dive. Oh, okay. I love how it's about him being a cult leader, not much different to real life, right?
That's true. Like I just think of the what is that song called? House of Balloons. Why did I say that? Now everyone's gonna come for me. But House of Balloons, the glass tables part when in the Super Bowl, like that was basically a cult. That was kind of foreshadowing of like what
the
EXO is going to come into with this series that's coming up, man.
Right. Whew. Yeah, so
it's gonna be fun, man.
It'll be definitely interesting. I want to know when it comes out. Yeah, no, I don't think there's been an announcement of a release date. I think for the show.
Okay.
If we're hearing about it now, that probably means it's still in development. So expect it about a year from now.
Yeah.
Usually how it goes.
But we got an album coming later this month. Hopefully, maybe allegedly.
Alleged album.
That's a very key word, is allegedly, if we are believing the rumors surrounding the tweets that he's been making.
Yes.
With the gifts that he's been doing, and again, shout out to Shay who pointed that out to us. I think like 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago. No, 3 weeks ago. Yeah. We're gonna be getting a lot of The Weeknd. Like I love that. I've noticed that when he comes out with like a big album, he seems to have the creative energy to keep going. Like for example, with Beauty Behind the Madness, he released Starboy the year after.
Yeah, that's true.
So coming off of After Hours, now we got The Dawn, or whatever it's going to be called, and then now we have a show coming up. Whew.
It's a lot.
Yeah, we're going. I feel like we're entering the prime of his career. Yeah, he's kind of spent all this time developing his sound, and now I kind of feel like we're about to enter like. The same way that with J. Cole, like he made it clear that this is going to be his prime or whatever.
Right.
It was happy times ahead for EXO, man. I'm excited for y'all. I'm excited for him.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I definitely agree with you with like the prime in terms of his sound. Like I feel like he's never been so fleshed out in terms of like the avenue he's been going towards, like sonically with his music. And I feel like just that alone has like kind of defined this whole new wave, new like direction that The Weeknd is headed towards in terms of like his whole career or just what he's doing, And so I feel like because After Hours was so cinematic, because he was in a movie, he's trying to be in other shit too. So like, we'll see. I'll definitely be judging his acting skills. I'm like,
it's gonna be a bit of a like that's the thing with like these type of things where it's someone very well and you know them outside of acting. And they come into, like, I'm thinking of like Rihanna in Guava Island. Like you just start to pinpoint, like, are they acting? Like, are they really acting, or are they just kind of,
or is she just Rihanna? Like, that's
is it just like the appeal of Rihanna is trying to bring people in? Beyonce is another actor who it's a little shaky, but she's very talented in music, obviously.
We'll see. I mean, just for his short scenes in Uncut Gems, he was like, I mean, it's kind of hard to not. He was literally playing himself, but he was kind of playing like maybe his younger version, a more like asshole version of himself, because he was like, he thought he was hot shit at that time or something. Which he definitely gave a performance. It wasn't like he was emotionless or just like sitting there. So that has me excited. But if he's gonna be like the main love interest and main character of a show, like, it's gonna be fun.
One thing I noticed is that like he seems to be kind of like the Weeknd we know is like this very grimy, dark person, but like we've started to see his actual personality, and he seems like to be a genuinely nice guy who just went through the stuff of life where you have like an ugly phase and where you do all that shit, and now he's just like this really seems like this very nice person. And I think this is going to be a great way for him to channel that again, that toxic, dark type shit into a role now, and I feel like that's going to help him in that way. So
I like that.
I can't wait for that first synopsis that comes out. Like, what's his character's name? You know, what's his background?
Right.
What's all that mean? Who's gonna play the female pop singer? Because that actress is going to be like,
it's like Selena Gomez or something. No. I don't know who it'd be. Maybe it's Angelina Jolie. You never know.
That's
we
right.
did see them together. Maybe that wasn't a date. That was like a production meeting or something.
That's how I feel. That's what I feel. It was.
I don't think it was a date. I don't think it was anything.
Man, if that was a romantic date, man, that sucks that you can be Brad Pitt and still get leveled up on like that. But yeah, I definitely agree. I think it's just like a production meeting.
Yeah. We'll see. Someone says, back on to The Weeknd's potential album this month. Luke says, I don't think The Weeknd will release his album late July, early August, because Drake would probably release and he will take up the rest of the summer. That's a good prediction. I think that's one thing that's kind of like the one thing that's in the back of my mind in terms of like the next the Dawn, I guess. Because he's literally said, I don't know if you guys saw that one tweet, he was like, it's July, it's going to be an interesting month. Like literally, what else could that mean? But I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's going to be a much smaller project, something transitional like My Dear Melancholy with, I don't know how many songs that was, but
or like Starboy, which was like kind of a okay,
like a what, like commercial,
like Starboy felt like kind of an experimental phase into like mainstream pop, or like, you know, that French wave type thing. Maybe it's like that, where he just has so much creative energy, he wants to try new things. Like you know, he said that it's beautiful music, you know, something that is you know, it's going to be the like brighter compared to After Hours. Yeah. So what I'm wondering is like, you know, what does that mean?
I think
what does that mean?
Some predictions. I think it's going to be. This is a hot take, all right?
Okay, let's hear it.
I think it's going to be
I don't have the daddy hat, so I'm sorry.
That's okay. I think this is going to be a collaborative album. I think it's going to be him and OPN, one of Tricks Point Never, the DJ that did a couple, that has performed with The Weeknd during his live performances on multiple occasions. Yeah. They've worked together before. They were even planning on doing original music for Uncut Gems. Their great wavelength in terms of the production, stuff like that, are very much similar in terms of the After Hours sound.
That synthiness, like that very euphoric feel.
And OPN already, his aesthetic is pretty bright in terms of the production, but it's still like analog, still nostalgic, vintage 80s synths that After Hours is known for. So I feel like it could be a collaboration between them to make a tight 7 to maybe 12 track album / EP, depending on where he goes. That's what I think is going to happen, but we'll see. I guess we'll see how this ages down the line. Yeah, but that's the fun of it. I feel like I could see it this month though, because like it's like, yeah, like Drake's dropping, but like The Weeknd fans are no one to be messed with.
They're as devoted, if not more devoted.
Like they will listen to whatever The Weeknd drops, no matter if Drake or if Kanye releases as well. Like The Weeknd's fan base is worldwide. So.
Actually, yeah, let's talk about that. Is it? I don't know. I feel like that's kind of an ancient like notion, the idea that you have to release when no one else is dropping. Yeah, because I think it's actually better if you got people dropping with you, because like people are going to be looking on Spotify, looking around. That's true. You know, and so yeah, that's just my 2 cents on it. I do think that I think there's enough to go around. I think that they occupy. I was going to say they occupy 2 different. They kind of do, because Drake kind of you know, is obviously into rap. We don't know exactly what Certified Lover Boy is, but we know it's going to be kind of a more softer album, so leaning more towards R&B. But the thing is, with The Weeknd, he's built this own lane of R&B pop. Yeah. Like, if I asked you to describe what kind of artist The Weeknd is, what would you describe him as?
Probably, I would say he is R&B by definition, but it's more we just talked about this, but like haunted strip club music,
Yeah.
that kind of shit. That's what he's known for.
Yeah.
When you think The Weeknd, but I think he's branched out so far from there. So
yeah, like I've seen this conversation on Twitter where it's like, is he even still R&B? I think he is still R&B, but he's just transcended that to the point where he's just carved out this whole new lane of like alternative pop, darkness type thing. He really brought he made dark music more popular, which is like amazing to think about. Like think about the music we were listening to on the radio 10 years ago. So yeah, I just see a cool comment by Luke. I feel like The Weeknd and Abel are different characters on After Hours. After Hours of Death, The Weeknd, and Dawn will be Abel moving. I remember
moving from The Weeknd. Whoa.
Do you remember that rumor? Like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, he was saying that he might consider dropping The Weeknd.
No, I don't think I remember that.
Here, let me look that up real quick. But yeah, I remember.
That'd be crazy though. So what? He just go by Abel?
I think so.
If that's his plan this whole time, that'd be pretty crazy.
Yeah, 2017. The Weeknd is considering dropping his name. Here.
Hold on, we're pulling up the article.
Yeah.
Abel Tesfaye might be dropping his The Weeknd stage name.
Yeah. So I mean, if that would be interesting to see, because like he's kind of
I could totally see that actually.
Yeah.
There's so many instances in music videos or his music where he's literally like killing his former version of himself, like multiple times. I mean, even like think of Save Your Tears music video where his head gets chopped off, right? Is that one? The horror movie?
Too late.
No, the one where like the girl, it's like a horror movie.
Oh, In Your Eyes.
In Your Eyes,
yeah.
The In Your Eyes music video where his head gets like chopped off, or the Tell Your Friends where he's burying himself into the sand.
Yeah.
Like very much like symbolic imagery of like killing his former self. And so I think if After Hours being kind of the pinnacle of The Weeknd, moving towards, I don't know, like, because in the end of the album, he like dies basically. As the story goes.
That would fit because he says here in an article, according to Harper's Bazaar, he states he would kind of like pulling a Ziggy Stardust. I personally don't know who that is. Maybe some of you guys can fill me in. Maybe I'll retire from being The Weeknd, or maybe I'll just give him a break. So it's interesting how he phrased it. Maybe I'll give him a break, because he really is, like Luke says, this whole separate persona, which is, which makes sense. So it'd be perfect if After Hours was kind of like the tentative kind of death of The Weeknd.
Yeah.
And then maybe he comes back to life, and that whole album is crazy. Like it's the return of The Weeknd, That'd
be the most insane like career move ever if he does that.
Yeah.
Because honestly, whatever he does, he can do. Like he's that big, he's that successful. It's just so crazy to me. Like when I first started listening to The Weeknd, like he was never like,
you would never thought he was going to be that dude
this big. Like I first first songs I heard from The Weeknd in Trilogy era.
Yeah.
And then
Wicked Games, something like that.
I think Beauty Behind the Madness is when I like became a fan. And then we went to the concert, and like he was known. Like I think that was his launch, was Beauty Behind the Madness. But I really didn't expect him to be one of the most like the biggest stars in the world. So whatever he does, as long as it's cool and he sees it through, like I feel like we'll be down for it. So if he's about to drop the Weeknd title, that will be hard for me to like accept, because I just think that's like so him.
Yeah, I would dig it if it came with such a drastic change in his music. Like one thing I tweeted on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter, by the way, Matt Mags and Cheslito on everything.
It's in the description of this live stream right now if you want to check us out on there.
Yeah, go check us out. But I was thinking that it would be cool if The Weeknd or Abel came out with music with like live instrumentation. I kind of feel like now music has gotten to a place where now we're looking for that soul, with everyone being able to make, beats on their computer and like dope shit like that, and use auto tune, I think it would be a really nice step for The Weeknd to just highlight his voice. Like we talk a lot about how amazing his voice is, but I would love to see that be the highlight with just like natural instruments, like Curtis is saying, like a jazzier album. That'd be interesting.
I think
him on Silk Sonic would be fucking insane, but we're not even gonna talk about that. We're not gonna get your hopes up. We apologize. I apologize for bringing that up. But yeah.
I think what's interesting is, like, I remember during the My Dear Melancholy tour, it was live instrumentals. He had like a guitar, he had a guitarist doing like guitar solos and stuff.
Yes.
And that worked for that album. Then obviously for Starboy, purely DJ. I mean, it was very pop, very electronic music.
Right.
Whereas it'll probably be the same thing for After Hours. It's still pretty, it's not like they use like actual instruments to make those sounds, like especially the synths, and if he's working with OPN, he's a DJ. And so I would love to see him return back to like live instrumental. Something to think about. But
there's that BBC studio session from like Kissland days. Hold on, there's something I wanted to bring up. I'm forgetting what it is though. Tell me what you were just saying about
the acoustic.
Starboy. Shit. Damn it. Okay.
We lost it.
I think I lost it. I was screaming if I remember it. As always. I'm sure this is your guys' favorite segment, is me trying to remember what I wanted to say. But yeah, that's let's see, an acoustic album would be sick. I think it's because this is it. I would love to see The Weeknd do a Tiny Desk segment, or like a stripped back type thing of his own. Think about all the songs that we've gotten. Maybe I'll try to make a post on this on Instagram and just list out like what would be his Tiny
set
Desk
list.
set. Yeah. Just because just imagining like Scared to Live, and let us know what would be a song that you'd want.
Probably a lot from My Dear Melancholy.
Yeah, Earned It would be
Acquainted. I would love to see Angel. I would love to see as a Tiny Desk. I mean, The Weeknd has a band, so like they could do it.
Patrick Greenway is that lead guitarist
he's great. He was there on tour for the My Dear Melancholy. He was shredding. I'm thinking about that recently. Sorry, demonetized. Curry with the breaking NBA news.
Yes,
Giannis will play tonight.
That's big. That's big time. That's big news. Okay. Anxious to see.
Shit, we should watch the game then. When's the game?
You know what it is? I think it's in
soon.
In 24 minutes. So we can like tune in for the second half.
We'll tune in. Yeah, that's second half. I tune in anyway.
But yeah, that's just something I was thinking about, because I was watching T-Pain on Tiny Desk. I was watching.
T-Pain, that's cool.
What's his name?
I think my favorite Tiny Desk, I don't know if you guys have seen Tyler Creator's Tiny Desk.
That's a really good one. Yeah.
Great. Well, Tyler just loves music so much. But yeah. Anything else for our weekly weekend update?
That's kind of it. That's all we got for the weekend.
Okay. I will say, I'll give a couple stats out. I know a lot of people like the stats of like how he's doing.
Also, let us know if you guys found anything that you want us to talk about real quick, just while we're wrapping up this weekend update.
Right. Okay. So if you guys don't follow the weekend news, it's just a great source. It's I'm looking on Twitter. They just post like his latest charting and how he's doing in terms of like the Billboard and stuff like that. But I will say that. Let me go down. There was one I wanted to. Okay, songs with the most weeks on Billboard Hot 100. Okay, number 1 is "Radioactive" by Imagine Dragons. It was on there for 87 weeks. Yeah. Number 2 is "Blinding Lights" by The Weeknd. Number two all time Billboard Hot 100 for most weeks. His 82 weeks for Blinding Lights. Number 3 is Sail.
Sail.
If you guys what is that? Who came out? I forget who that. AWOL Nation. That's who it is.
Yeah.
AWOL Nation. I don't know how that came to my head so fast.
Like, yeah. All the I want a reel of just like all the times you've been like, trying to remember that thing. How we lost it, and then cut to this, where they're like AWOL Nation.
Yeah. So that's number 3 at 79 weeks. So
is Radioactive still on the Billboard Top 100? Because if not,
it's not.
Blinding Lights is coming for that like record. Like it's
well, it's not still on the Top 100, but when it was on for the most amount of weeks.
Okay,
so
Blinding Lights is
just 1 month more than Blinding Lights, though. If we're talking about like how close The Weeknd was, but some fun stats there. Go check out. Shout out to The Weeknd News at News Weekend on Twitter. If you guys care about the new Doja Cat, You and The Weeknd song "You Right" debuts at number 11 on the Billboard Hot 100, which is pretty good, especially for Doja Cat. I feel like she's not really on, besides her like TikTok songs, not really on the Hot 100. But yeah, I think that's it for our weekly weekend update. A lot to talk about. Transitioning
into some really interesting news, just because speaking of an artist going into different media avenues, we got Young Thug starring in and executive producing a musical dramedy titled Throw It Back. The film is described as a dance-filled musical that follows Wytrell, a high school senior who has never stood out from the crowd after a controversial superstar Miami rapper, Young Thug, decides to feature the renowned dance team from her high school in his latest music video. It throws the school into chaos, and Wytrell battles for a spot on the squad and her final chance to be in the spotlight.
Interesting.
So remember what we were talking about 2 weeks ago with our favorite musical?
Yeah.
We kind of it was Phantom of the Opera for him, which I loved as well, and I said Greatest Showman. I guess you can say we love music. We like musicals.
I like musicals.
Really cool news.
Young Thug musical. That's interesting.
That I feel like it'll work so well. Like I just have such a good feeling about this.
I've never seen. This sounds like a rap musical.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. The only rap musical I've seen is Hamilton.
I was gonna say.
But like trap. So like. I don't know how that's gonna work.
I know. I feel like we're entering into. I don't know. Correct me, guys, if I'm wrong. Let me know if you know of like a trap musical, which is pretty cool. I think we're into uncharted territory here.
This does sound very original, I will say.
Yes. So I'm excited to see what that's about. So that's cool news. But what I wanted to talk about as well was like, what other artists, what other albums would you like to see turned into a musical? Or like work on a musical with regards to like an artist. Maybe Vin Diesel can make an appearance. Talk about family.
What album would I like to see as a musical? Like that's a hard question.
Off the top of my head, I think of Astroworld.
Astroworld would be cool,
just because there's so many different lanes in that album.
True.
Like I'm thinking of like 5% Tint could be like a motif.
That's cool.
I thought that would be a cool motif. I think he said that he was working on it at one point. Like when the album first came out. I think
a musical.
He said that he was working on a Broadway musical and then he just kind of dropped it.
Okay.
So that would have been interesting.
That would be interesting.
Here, let's see.
I have to think.
We got some people in the chat. Igor,
in my opinion, is a whole musical score. That's true. I was gonna go with the Tyler the Creator album.
Mm-hmm. With Igor or Call Me If You Get Lost.
I feel like Call Me If You Get Lost would be pretty sick, honestly. Mm-hmm. I feel like that would be like an international musical because that whole album is about like traveling around Europe basically. Mm-hmm. So that would be cool. Someone says To Pimp a Butterfly. That would be a very dark musical, but I feel like that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like maybe a Kanye album. I think like College Dropout would be pretty cool, or Graduation.
Yeah.
Maybe College Dropout can be within that like high school / college setting or something like that, and
sick, yeah.
they drop out to pursue music or whatever. That's basically what Kanye did. So that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. Obviously, Bino came out with Guava Island.
Yeah,
which is like, it's a musical. It's a musical, but there's not as many songs as you would want from a musical. It's like 3 songs, right? And they're not even released. Like the intro song.
Yeah,
I love that song. I listened to like that little snippet of Guava Island. Josh says, imagine High School Musical with the college dropout soundtrack. I'm just imagining like East High running out to their game, and it's like, da, 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 wait till I get.
Hey, I would watch if that was the soundtrack.
Yeah, Zac Efron rapping.
Yeah,
I would love that, man. That would be sick. But yeah,
that sounds really interesting, though. I think Young Thug has acted before. I don't know if you guys have seen Dave.
Great series.
Great show. Have you seen the new season? Season 2?
Oh God, is it out?
Yeah.
No, I have not.
It's crazy. It's like,
oh man,
it's like really different though. Like it's like way, like the style is way different. It kind of threw me off.
Is it more anthologized, or is it still kind of sequential?
No, it like plays out as a story. But the first two episodes, I was like, what is this show anymore, bro? It's like painful to like, not like bad, but like cringe comedy.
Yes,
where I'm like, oh my God. And it's like really intense. Like, just watch it. Like it starts getting a lot better after like episode 3, 4.
Like when you say better, you mean like more palatable?
Okay. That was one thing, is like, it was just, it's insane. But yeah.
Is the whole season out?
No, it's still
week by week.
It's week by week right now.
Okay,
so new season coming out on Thursdays, or new episode. But there's like 4 episodes out right now if you want to check it out on Hulu.
Gonna check that out.
Yeah,
like,
but
this weekend.
Yeah, sure. Young Thug was on the first season of Dave, and he was hella funny.
Was it him and Gunna?
Yeah, him and Gunna. They were chilling at like an art gallery party. They were basically playing themselves.
Yeah.
But I thought they were funny. Yeah. We'll see how he carries like a whole scene. I assume Young Thug will only be in this show for maybe like 2 episodes, because it sounds like he just does something and then.
Oh, it's a film.
Oh, it's a film. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, so he'll be in there for like
10 minutes, just
30 minutes max.
30 minutes,
if that.
Yeah.
Not even that, actually. Probably like 10 minutes. Yeah.
He's not gonna be like, he's gonna show up. He's gonna say. He's gonna do the music video.
He's gonna feature them, and then
and then towards the end, he'll probably show up and be like, "You did it."
yeah. He'll come in the end and like it'll probably all wrap up. But that sounds cool though.
Yeah, I love.
It's interesting seeing these musicians going into acting.
It's great. I love it. I love because I think that.
Luke says one of the musical.
Oh God.
Drip or Drown 2, the musical.
Yeah. Oh God.
That's funny.
Khaled the musical.
Oh man, that sounds like a horror movie. It sounds like Saw 5.
Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah.
But yeah, keep letting us know in the comments if you guys have. Hold on. Let's read through all of like the musicals that the people have. My
Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, the musical.
Yeah,
I totally see that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Imagine the Weeknd performance in an anime. That would be cool, because like the Snow Child music video, I think is what you're referring to, or like drawing from. And the
remix, Save Your Tears remix.
Yeah. That's dope.
Animated, not anime, but
Hardest to Love. I in the After Hours like deep dive we did, I think I like edited the Hardest to Love with some SpongeBob anime. So yeah, I can absolutely see that. I think it would fit his because his vibe seems to take a lot of inspiration from Tokyo. I don't know why I said that weird. Sorry.
That's true.
With Kissland and all that. So it would be an interesting thing. Starboy musical would be cool. Just keep letting us know if we like what we see. We'll just like point it out real quick while we're talking.
Yeah.
But let's get into your girl.
Yes.
Let's get into your girl SZA.
She's been saying a lot of interesting stuff lately.
Yes. So I forget what establishment. I think it was Complex or something. Was asking her questions,
Yeah.
And they asked her about her upcoming album. It's her follow-up to Control, one of the most iconic albums of the 2010s.
Yeah.
And she says, "I'm actually probably about to scrap all of it and start from scratch," said SZA, seemingly half joking when asked about the new record. "I think they'll be surprised to know that it's not what they thought, and it's not coming when they thought," she said of fans who follow her every move. "I hope that they'll be pleasantly surprised. I'm literally not talking about my album anymore until it's out in the world," she added. "At this point, I'm going to start jinxing it. I don't want to jinx anything." She's so relatable, man. Like, I know that if I was like, I can feel like the anxiety from her, like regarding this album, and I just hope that it's like, I hope she puts out some. I know she's gonna put out something she's proud of, but because like I remember with the story with Control, right? Is that
they had to force her to release that album.
Yeah, they just took the hard drive, right, and just took like 13 songs or however many songs.
Yeah, because she said in like a Genius interview or something, like if she could work on an album for the rest of her life, she would, and never release it. Like she's that much a perfectionist. But this got me worried though, because I'm like, what you mean scrapping the whole thing? Like, what?
And then I think they'll be surprised it's not coming when they thought. And
I don't even know when it was coming. So now I'm like, what am I supposed to think?
That tells me that it's not coming anytime soon, bro.
Bruh. Or it's coming sooner than later.
It's coming tonight.
Yeah.
What's today? Tuesday? 2 days.
Yeah.
It's coming. Breaking news.
I don't know.
Podcast.
I don't know, man. Like, SZA, she just be talking sometimes. Like, she will say some shit, and like next thing you know, it's actually the opposite of what she's saying. Like, that's the thing. Like, she as much as I love her, I can never take her word like for whatever's actually happening. So I'm trying not to get my hopes up too much. It's really, honestly, I think what this quote was saying is that it's all up to Punch and the RCA. I was gonna say Republic. Up to RCA. But then again, you know, she says she's gonna scrap the whole album and start over. So like, I don't know how far that just set us back, but
she said she's half joking, but I can see her being like, no, I'm really gonna scrap the whole thing. Like, I can easily see that from her. I saw a tweet like a long time ago. It was like, man, I feel like being in a relationship with SZA is like the most fun thing ever.
Yeah,
because you guys are just lying to each other, knowing you guys are lying. Like,
she be lying though. Like, she just says anything. Like, she really just someone brought it up in like a Twitter feed. Like. Someone tried to fact check her on something she said like months before a different tweet, and someone's like, "Do not like SZA just lies about shit. Like, don't think anything." So I can never like take her word for what it is. But
that's hilarious.
I don't know. This is interesting just because it was the first time she's talking about the album, which her fans have been begging her for. Like, literally, like they're getting violent for like how much they want this album.
It's getting into Kendrick territory, or like, you know, who are some of the other artists that like don't? I mean, The Weeknd, obviously. Before, After Hours, and all that. Like, where we're just like, come on, like, do something, please.
Literally.
So
we'll see. I don't know what exactly this means in terms of when we're getting a new SZA project. I thought, like, I don't know. I've seen a lot of images and like on her story. She's in the studio. She's like, I'm tweeting this from the studio. Like, she's working.
Yeah.
I don't know if scrapping the album meant, I don't know, going back into the studio and remastering or re-recording, or, you know, changing the sequencing of the album. That can mean so many things.
Or just straight up cutting out everything.
Or just starting from scratch.
New album, new concept. That seems, I'm already like, I already feel anxiety just from saying that.
Yeah.
So I can't even imagine, man.
We'll see though. Like, as long as she says that it's going to be a surprise, so I hope that's like a good connotation of where she stands with the album in terms of maybe it comes sooner than we think, or it could be literally the opposite when it comes way later than we think. Because we said like SZA album dropping this summer.
Yeah, it was with Hit Different and Good Days coming out.
Yeah,
it came out pretty close to each other, right? It wasn't like it was. Oh no, it was. Hit Different came out in like fall.
Yeah,
and then Good Days came out like Christmas
Day.
New Year's. Yeah. So you know, here we are, 2021. We'll see how it goes. I'm very excited for the Blue Ball of the Year award this year. I think we're gonna get a couple of.
I pray she's not nominated, bro. I'm gonna be mad.
Yeah, I'll just. No, I'm not gonna say that. Never mind.
All right,
but
all right.
Yeah. Also, one thing I will say, real quick. She said that it's not what they thought. It makes me wonder if it's going to be a genre switch, the same way we were talking about The Weeknd. You know, we're wondering like, what does that mean? Beautiful music, maybe.
I think it will be
music. Maybe it's like more rock, alternative, punk rock, maybe like some aspects of it. Because Control was, I mean, it wasn't straight up R&B, but it was like, it was very, very clearly R&B. Like, with some influences every now and then, but it makes me wonder if she's going to branch out and kind of stretch her artistry.
Yeah.
Which is I think the way to go, especially coming after Control, such a big album, man.
Yeah.
Like
I can totally see her like when she means scrapping, like maybe re-recording and with live instrumentals instead.
Okay.
Because someone mentioned her live shows that she's been doing with like the Grey Goose, like what you just said, and then with her Amex performance, like, and even with her tour during Control, she had a live band behind her. Like it wasn't, I mean, they had a DJ and stuff like that, but it was live instrumentals. So like that may be what she's going towards. But those live performances have been insane. Like she's really like stepped it up in terms of her like vocal performances live.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I know like early Control days, people were shitting on her for sounding really bad.
Yeah.
Live singing. But these past two performances, I don't know if you guys have seen them, but recently with the Grey Goose one, and then with Amex, where like Travis Scott made a performance and stuff like that. They've been really good. So we'll see.
Yeah. Definitely go check out that Grey Goose performance, because the set is amazing. It's like a mix of nature but also technology. It's so SZA. It's just so nice to vibe to. But yeah, I just wanted to point out that comment by Luke: "Bad Habits, Good Intention, the musical, a story of the best brown boy in the game." We have the number one Nav stand here.
Yeah,
so
I'm down for that. That'll be the biggest hit in Bollywood right there, man. Like, Bollywood hit.
Yeah. So transitioning, just some news that I thought I would like to include, man. Isley Brothers, they're a great 80s band. They made Between the Sheets, which you guys know because of what song sample is that song? I think it's a classic rap song, but let me just look that up real quick. But yeah, they will be coming out with an album this year. Big Papa, oh my God, Big Papa by Notorious B.I.G. So that's where that beat came from. Just musical greatness, man. Hello, It's Me. They're dropping an album featuring Drake, Snoop Dogg, Beyonce, Rick Ross, Alicia Keys.
Damn.
Stacked album, man. So, you know, if you guys like kind of soul R&B type thing, that's definitely going to be an album to watch out for. I'll keep you guys updated on it, just because I love the Isley Brothers.
Yeah.
They had a versus this past year with Earth, Wind, and Fire. It was amazing. That was good vibes. Steve Harvey was running the whole thing, but
as he does.
But yeah. So keep an eye out for that. And without further ado, man, I think it's time we get into this Tyler the Creator review.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Yeah, so we tried to get something to you guys. We tried to get a reaction to you.
Yes. YouTube was hating on us last week or 2 weeks ago. Man, we tried to get like a live reaction because it ended up playing out where the live stream was going until like 9 o'clock. And that's when Call Me If You Get Lost dropped. And we're like, oh, we got to do a live stream. We got to live react. Immediately taken down. Like
we got to the second song. That's all. That's it. We got to the second song before we got blocked.
Yeah. But we ended up listening to the whole thing that night. And I've been listening to it pretty much every day since then.
Yeah.
So if you want to get into our initial thoughts on the album.
First of all, I just want to say, man, that reaction, not the reaction, but like us actually listening to the album together was such a fun experience, man. We were just I was driving Matt and Maya back to their place while we were listening to the album, and this album is one of those you just got to listen to it in the car at least once and just like vibe to it. And when you get to like Sweet and all that, that is just such a moment when you listen to it. And just some of the hardest songs on there, like the Lemonhead with 42 Doug or whoever the artist is, the feature is. It was such a great moment, and it was just very memorable. But yeah, as for the actual album itself, wow.
Yeah, bro.
I loved it.
It's crazy.
Loved it, man. I mean, let me pull up the track list real quick just so we can have like
that'll be easier.
A good conversation about it. But yeah, first of all, man, I love how I love the DJ drama, like kind of collab aspect to it.
I thought that was cool. Like, I thought he added to like those hard hitting tracks and made it like even harder.
Yes.
I knew there were some haters on DJ drama.
Yeah, man. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I was part of this group too where I don't really like talking on albums.
Yeah.
You know, I think of, speaking of SZA, Control, you know, for me personally, I didn't really like some of the talking points like at the end of Love Galore or whatever.
Every song.
Yeah, every song. But I feel like this added something to it. You know, it was what DJ Khaled thinks he's doing on his albums, where, you know, he comes on and screams, you know,
oh yeah, this is the intro.
Yeah. But like DJ Drama actually added like you know, humor and kind of like narrated this whole thing.
Yeah.
It was really interesting, and it reminds me of what we talk about is like music nowadays. It's about taking something that we know and speeding it up and putting it in you know, on steroids, and think of this is the example I'll always put is After Hours by The Weeknd took that 80s synth sound and put it in his own aesthetic. Now Tyler is doing that with like 2000s rap with DJ Drama, the Grills kind of sound, like that hard raw hip hop. I think you said right that it reminded you of Damn.
Yeah.
With let's put it in reverse.
Yeah, the like announcer that kept saying like what happens on Earth stays on Earth, that kind of thing. Like it's always like a similar refrain, or there's like kind of like this overarching like godly, not like godly, but you know, like a narrator of the whole thing. Yeah. That kind of gives like a different take or has some sort of commentary on all the tracks, which I thought was really cool. Like I thought that that was super innovative. You know, usually DJ Drama just says not much. Usually it's just his tag, and then maybe he'll like give a couple ad libs and stuff.
Grizzle.
Yeah, like stuff like that, which is pretty dope. But like the fact that he was on there interacting with Tyler on a lot of the tracks, and actually when we do our deep dive onto it, I'll get more into it. But he actually furthered the narrative of the entire album with the things that he was saying and how Tyler was interacting with him. Basically, pushed the themes of a specific track further for me to like have that like aha moment. We're like, oh, okay, now I see what Tyler is getting at. Yeah. So I personally really like the DJ Drama feature, or just like addition to the whole album.
I love it. Yeah. What is it? We're in Geneva.
Yeah.
Y'all got our toes
out. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. That for me, that's part of what makes it like very just so much different from what DJ Khaled is, right? Because he has he's screaming the same stuff, whereas I would appreciate it more if he actually like was screaming stuff that, you know, mattered, that meant something, maybe a narrative in the album, or what were you thinking when you were putting these artists together or whatever. But no, it's just we listen to the music, we the best. But anyways, starts off super hard. The first couple tracks are like super hard. Let's talk about the Young Boy feature, because on What's Your Name, obviously we got What's Your Name before the album came out, but it was just like the snippet with Tyler in it, and we got a music video. And what was your reaction when you first read that Young Boy was going to be featured on this song? I'm very optimistic whenever someone features on a Tyler Creator album, because it's always for a reason.
And I feel like, especially with YoungBoy, like I saw a lot of discourse about this online where it was like, oh, everyone's like, damn, that was an NBA YoungBoy. Like, I think I saw in this chat, someone was like, wow, like that was the first time I was like, NBA YoungBoy is good. And then you have NBA YoungBoy fans be like, oh no, he's always good. He's always been this good. Like, y'all just sleeping on him. I'm like, nah, like I honestly really do think Tyler, the Creator, like pulled the best out of him and put him in a new stage, like in terms of like sonically that he's never been in, that I felt like really enhanced that song even more than Ty Dolla $ign, who I love all of his features. Like, he's just great as a feature. I feel like NBA YoungBoy took it to that next step, and I feel like Tyler is the only person who can like connect those dots, because he's always so obsessed with his features and how, you know,
how they contribute,
and how his songs sound, that the NBA YoungBoy feature is one of the highlights on the whole album, honestly, which was pretty great. But yeah, no, What's Your Name is probably one of my favorite tracks on the album. I think it's the most played right now after being dropped. But
it's so summery. It feels like summer. So I love that. And then Lumberjack, Lil Wayne, Hot Wind Blows.
Love Hot Wind Blows.
That Lil Wayne features.
That song grew on me a lot. Shit. I think when I first listened to it, I was pretty lost. I was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
But I feel like I needed to really tune in and listen to all the fine details of that song.
Yeah.
And Wayne's contribution to that track is really good. Like, his bars are super poetic, honestly. And yeah.
That's another thing, is that the first listening of this album is very chaotic. Yeah, because there's always something happening.
Yeah.
It's never like, there's never a like a formula or like a what do you call it? Like a format, structure to it. I'm sorry, is the word I was initially
very mixtape-esque. Which is definitely what he was going for. But he was able to take that aesthetic of Call Me If You Get Lost, and like, not, I mean, I feel like it could have very easily been like, could have stuck to that with every track, but literally every track on this album is so different and like has its own charm, which I think is what keeps that replay. Like, I'm still listening to it and I'm like thinking, I'm like, okay, like what is happening? I'm like trying to pay attention. Like, there are moments where I find different moments I like tune into more than others on my second, third, 10th listen. So like, there's so much happening in this album.
I was just listening to it in the car, and I agree, where every song that came up, I was like, oh yeah, this song is cool. This song is cool. And then the next song, the only song I would probably I don't like as much as the rest of the album is Rise with Daisy.
Oh, really?
I don't know if you remember that song, but I don't know, it just didn't vibe with me as much. But anyways, we're just kind of going through the track list here. Massa reminds me of it reminds me of like a refined version of Yonkers.
Yeah.
That dark.
I was gonna say Yonkers or Colossus.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what you said when we were in the car. Yeah. Absolutely.
On a Wolf. Yeah. What's interesting, Tyler mentions, is like, this is his most like personal album. And you think he has been so personal already. I thought he was really personal on Flower Boy, but honestly, he doesn't say that much on Flower Boy. He lets other people, his features, say a lot more. And then Igor was about a very specific situation, but this whole album is about like what he's been up to probably the past since we've heard of him, and the stuff that like his two cents on a lot of things that he hasn't talked about. And so songs like Massa, like, lyrically, he talks about a lot. Like,
very dense, this album.
I think this is the track where he talks about how he first left LA when he was like 20 years old. And like that
opened his eyes to everything.
And like his passport is like his most prized possession, shit like that. Like, that's why his travel card is like the album cover for this album. And which I think is really cool. It's like if this feels like the most why it's hard to explain. It's like Igor was very condensed in its like themes and like what it was as an album, talking about a love triangle the whole time. Whereas this is Tyler's like worldview, like what he thinks of the world, like traveling, like other people's thoughts on him, like stuff like that, where he's never really like voiced in a song. And so when you got to things like Massa, I'm like, damn, he's really talking about some shit that he really hasn't talked about before. Which is why I love that song. Also, same with like Wilshire and stuff like that.
Yes, I want to get to that for sure.
Wilshire, whatever.
Whatever it's pronounced. But yeah, also Run It Up, man, is like for me, it's like a very euphoric. It reminds me of like early Chance the Rapper. Yeah. Where you like want to hear it at a bar, and just chill, like very euphoric.
I love the build up for that.
Yes.
Where it's like you think it's gonna drop, then like the piano comes in, and then that's when like the hi-hats start fading in, and then that refrain, like we go run it up. I'm like, okay, like slowly builds up. So like there's so many little moments in this album as a whole that are just really fun to revisit.
Let's go ahead and speak about one of the biggest moments on this album.
Okay.
Let's talk about Sweet.
Oh,
Slash, I Thought You Wanted to Dance.
Yes, his track 10s.
Oh,
yes.
So this record, man, when we were driving out, when I was driving to drop off Matt and Maya, it starts off with this story of like, or not story, but it's a narrative, part of the narrative where it's like, go. He's basically telling the girl to, it's funny, this is kind of a deep dive, but he's telling the girl like, just, go here, leave your guy, come hang out with me and all that stuff. And then it gets into this, like, it's like biking music is how I describe it. It's very like, you want to hear it on a sunset. And then all of a sudden, and Brent Faiyez comes in. Oh yeah. Great feature. My God. Yeah. He's really going to be amazing. Like when you think about it, and all of a sudden I'm in the Caribbean and I'm wearing a satin shirt,
like reggae music. Yeah,
I'm chilling with a puka shell and I'm at the buffet and I'm just chilling. I'm dancing. I Thought You Wanted to Dance, man. It might be like one of my favorite moments in an album this year.
Oh shit!
Like that first experience listening to it and being like, oh shit, where is it taking me?
Yeah.
It was incredible. What did you think of Sweet? Slash, I Thought You Wanted to Dance.
No, yeah, I mean, Tyler has said this is like his best song he's ever done, basically.
Yes.
And so I can definitely see why. If you guys have gone back to his past 3 albums, his track 10s are always 2 moments. They're always like a song title / another song title.
Yeah.
So they're usually longer tracks. And if we're comparing all track 10s of his past 3 albums, this is definitely his best one. I think like his production has evolved so much, and he just is freaking out over the fact that he's put 2 bridges in one song, like, which is crazy.
Yeah, go check out the video on his Instagram or Twitter he posted where he's in the studio and he's working on dude, it's so great. I'm just swaying already just thinking about the song.
Right.
Why am I here?
Yeah, it's great. I think Tyler, like, what I love about this album is that it's the most it's very inspired. Not only inspired, like his other stuff is obviously inspired, like Igor, it's so much like 70s, neo soul, R&B, 60s stuff too. But this one is very much inspired by the places he's been, and which I think is really cool. It's like he felt like he's finally expanded his horizons. He's exploring new sounds outside of what's just in his backyard, like. And I think Sweet / I Thought You Wanted to Dance is like the pinnacle of that. And so this is probably the the necessary track you need to have on your summer playlist, like right now. Like I will not be at a pool party if this song is not playing and I have a drink in my hand. Like the absolute vibe. Like I know that he's very particular about where and how you should consume his albums. This song alone needs to be consumed like on a boat in the middle of the ocean. No worries. Like that's it's a great track. And honestly, this whole album, I can say the same thing.
Yeah, man. You have to be dancing to this song, man.
Yeah.
It's so fun. I love it. It's absolutely this whole album is so unabashedly him. Like you can tell it's him. It's not him trying to be anyone else. It's so unique. There's a little like I said before with the whole like we got our toes out. Right. That's so Tyler. Yeah. It's so perfect, man. And speaking of another thing that's so Tyler, the Mama Talk interlude was really funny. I don't really like I said before, I'm not really a fan of interludes usually, or like talking interludes.
Yeah.
This was a funny story, man. I really liked that.
I thought that was really cool because I've never heard his mom at all. And so I can see like where Tyler gets his personality from. They're basically the same person. Like she's like a tough woman, it sounds like. She's talking about beating up other people's kids and how like Tyler would watch and cheer her on. I'm like, shit.
I love when this is so like such a mother-son relationship where she's like you know, would I lie or am I lying? Am I lying though? And he's like, you got no reason to.
Yeah.
That's like I can tell like they just must have so much fun just like recording that. Putting this together, man. So let's see. And then Rise, I personally it's the weakest track on the album for me, but it's not to take me away from
I just really like the Daisy World feature on it. I think she's really good. I think just the only thing I don't know if it's the weakest track, but if I am to critique it, I feel like the refrain or the chorus on it, like it was kind of just like the whole song, and it was kind of like beat to death by the end of it, where I'm like, okay, rise to the top. Like that's the whole song. Yeah.
I think I would have just wanted something else coming off of Sweet and Mama Talk, because I love those moments and I wanted that to keep going.
That's true. I would say it definitely dipped at that moment.
Yeah.
For a moment.
For a quick moment, and then we get into Blessed and Juggernaut.
Juggernaut,
dope. Lil Uzi Vert feature. Amazing Pharrell Williams feature. I haven't heard him rap like that in a while.
In a minute. I think what I love about this track, I don't know if it's obviously I assume it's produced by Tyler, but this was his nod to Pharrell. I think he has that. I don't know if you guys recognize like that drop, that little 4 count before the drop. Yeah, and so that little 4 count, I think, is like a nod to Pharrell's signature 4 count. What is that called? Producer tag that comes in on every. If you guys don't know this, go like onto Pharrell's Spotify and check out like
Blurred Lines. Check out
even like an Ariana Grande song. He did that too.
Ariana Grande, Drop It Like It's Hot.
Literally, Happy, his own song.
Happy.
Like a lot of the songs that he produced for other people, his producer tag is starting with that 4 count.
That's such a cool.
I thought that was so smart. Yeah,
like, I always like think about that. I don't know if you guys think about it too, but like if I was a producer, what would I want to be as a signature tag trademark? Like, oh, that's him. That's so cool.
It's cool. It's like you gotta really know, like you gotta be really into just music and like producers in general to like know that. And I feel like Tyler is so into all that shit, so he definitely took some inspiration from Pharrell on the track that Pharrell's featured on. Like I feel like he's had a lot of fun with that. So definitely definitely most like lit part of that section of the album. Yeah,
and then going into the last couple tracks, Wilshire. We're gonna have a lot of fun talking about that on the deep dive. There's a very good story in there. Culminates the whole album. And then Safari is kind of like a release from it. Or like it's kind of like what's the last track from Igor?
Are We Still Friends?
Are We Still Friends? Where it ties up the knots of the album, but also it's a nice release from kind of the story that we've gotten.
We'll get into more deep dives on terms of like what exactly he talks about and what it means in terms of in like the context of where he is like in terms of his career, because that's a lot of what this album is about. Is like I don't think if he didn't have the success that he's had the past 5 years or so, this album would not exist probably. So there's a lot to be said, but
this is absolutely the perfect time for this type of album. And I'm glad to see that everyone's loving it as much as we do. With that said, let's go ahead and give this a rating.
For sure.
You
go first.
So hold on, let me real quick check. Okay, we can talk about that in a second. But wow, I'm gonna give it. Is this the first? I think this might be the first 10 out of 10 this year, man.
Oh shit!
I think I'm ready to do it. It's a 10 out of 10 for me, man.
Wow.
When I think about. Damn, am I gonna give it a 10 out of 10? I'm gonna do it. Okay,
just lock it in.
This was I was really looking for like what's gonna be the album that sweeps that just like lets me know that music has arrived. We're about to go into the summer. Like, we're about to have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And this album was just so much fun, man. I had so much fun listening. I still have so much fun listening to this album. You know, it's also very sad at some moments, very real, very visceral, very
right.
You know, very unfiltered. You really get to think about or see, you know, what Tyler, the creator's like perspective is on stuff, and also may have just came out with the best record of the year with Sweet. I Thought You Wanted to Dance.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
I think I
locking in that 10.
Ooh, okay. It's like a 9.999, and when you round it up, it's a 10.
Okay.
Just because. Just because of Rise and all that stuff, and obviously it's subject to change. Just, you know, it's
right.
Just because like as music ages with you or whatever. But yeah,
damn,
10 out of 10.
9.999 out of 10.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's my rating. What are you feeling?
I think I was gonna give this an 8.5 out of 10. Okay. Mainly because, I mean, that's just my personal opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think this is one of like such a moment in Tyler's career. I do think that it has more replay value than Igor, in my opinion. I do love Igor standalone.
Yeah, I agree with that,
as a story. What's up, Mason Goldberg? Happy to see you here. Yeah. But I will say, as an album, it's definitely his most like sporadic, most messy album in terms of like narratively. But I think this is some of the best production he's ever done, some of the most unique songs I've ever heard, and some of the most unique uses of features on an album that I've heard in general. So 8.5 is pretty high for me. Like that's a pretty freaking good album. And I can't wait to see where he goes next with it. I feel like conceptually the aesthetics of the album are just enhancing on wherever he was going towards. With Igor, there was like various moments of influence from the sounds of Igor and stuff like that sprinkled throughout this album.
Yeah.
So I'm glad he didn't try to like hit, I think Fantano put it like have lightning strike twice in the same place.
And basically make Igor 2.
Yeah, like Igor 2. I'm glad it wasn't that. I'm glad that it was building upon that, but still having something to say. So I will say 8.5 out of 10. But I will say I think it's one of my favorites. I would say Flower Boy is probably my favorite project by Tyler.
Yeah, me too, yeah.
But this is like a very close second. It beats out over Igor in my opinion.
Yeah. I think what I love about Call Me If You Get Lost is how I love Tyler rapping. I just didn't love some of the beats that he would use on like Goblin and all that stuff, like on his earlier tracks. But now that he's
evolved so much since then.
Yeah, and also music has evolved to the point where I feel like music is catching up with Tyler now. Because, you know, when you think about where he was in the 2010s, early 2010s, 2009-ish, like he was ahead of the game. Like if you think about it, Brockhampton, they have him to thank.
True,
that's true. For a lot of their sound is very much at least influenced by Tyler.
Yeah.
And
I'm going to take a quick pee break.
Okay.
If you can entertain them for like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
I downed this whole thing in like 20 minutes. So I'm dying.
I might have to take one myself later.
Okay, BRB.
Yeah. But what's up, guys?
Give your last thoughts on the album.
Yeah. So I think for me personally, I feel like this is going to be a lock in our Thoughts awards for album of the year. I'm sorry to spoil that for you guys. But yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and give it that. And also, what's up, guys? This is we're all alone now. Let's see. What do we got to talk about? After Hours and Call Me If You Get Lost are the only 10 out of 10s right now. That's a good take. I like that take. How's the weather? The weather is nice here, man. I'm at one of Matt's relatives, or I don't know whose relatives, but yeah, this is a nice place, man. I love it. I love it. The weather's been really hot, and I'm more of a winter person myself. I like overcast. I love Seattle weather. Let's see. Yeah. Well, it'd still be album of the year. I don't know if I'm ready to give it album of the year yet. It's definitely one of, at least. We'll see how the rest of the year shakes up. Do you guys live in LA? Matt lives in LA, and he and I live in the Bay. We met in the Bay Area while he moved to LA, I think, right after high school. So yeah, that's how we. So yeah, that's why we Zoom stuff and all that. Interesting pictures behind you. You painted these, right?
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely painted that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go take.
Go ahead, man.
A pee break myself.
That was the longest pee ever.
Yeah, dude.
Like continuous stream. Okay. Anyway. What are we talking about? Interesting pictures. What's up, y'all? Let's spam DJ Khaled ad libs. You guys do that anyway, so yeah, congrats on that. Thanks, guys. Yeah. What is it? Do you guys live in LA? I live in LA right now. I'm just visiting the Bay. I'm from the Bay Area. Chesco and I went to the same high school in the Bay Area, here in the San Francisco Bay Area, if you don't know where that is. But I've been living in LA for like 4 years. Hopefully we are definitely going to do a deep dive and analysis on Call Me If You Get Lost for sure. We're definitely going to hop on that. I've sat with the album for about a week now, and I have a lot of thoughts on it. I've been accumulating a lot of like research and just analyzing what I think all the different tracks mean and stuff like that. And Tyler says a lot, so that'll be really fun. Yeah, so we'll definitely get into that when we do. But
hey, we are at full strength now.
Luke, we're getting some DJ Khaled ad libs in the chat.
Hey, okay. Let's see.
But yeah,
it is legit 69 degrees here. Oh, that's nice.
We're actually about right by the water right now, so it's pretty chill over here.
Very nice weather, man.
Yeah,
very nice weather. But yeah, how's your video going, Matt? How's your video?
Which video? My video?
Your video.
Oh, my video's going great.
Yeah, that's great, man.
This video is going great.
Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, also, so here, let me post this in the chat here. But if you guys are interested, go check out this like really dope, very insightful article into Tyler's secret concert. He had like a live performance. Oh, shout out to J-Dot, man.
Sir.
Our first
J-Dot, what's up?
J-Dot super chat while we're in person. That's pretty cool.
That's true. No, somebody donated to your laptop fund.
Yeah, Guillermo, thank you for that, by the way.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's this. So Tyler had like a secret concert that he came out with.
Yes.
Just to like, he says in the show to like kind of practice, know what you guys like from the records, like what moments he needs to highlight more when he's performing live. And also just to be in a room with people.
Right.
That's another thing that the article touches on. It's a lot of just like, what is the experience like being in a concert, in 2021? So very insightful article. Check that out. And then one thing we got to mention real quick while we're talking about DJ Khaled, Call Me If You Get Lost got the #1 spot, right? For which establishment? For
I think Billboard. Number one. Yeah.
And
it debuted at #1. Yeah.
Debuted at #1, and Tyler Creator retweeted like the post talking about you reached #1, blah blah blah, with mysterious music, haha. Obviously referring to DJ Khaled's like trolling video when Igor came out, and he was like, that music, my music, you hear it in barbershops, you hear it in malls, you actually hear it, none of that mysterious shit, referring to Igor.
Yeah.
So
still debuts at #1.
Yeah. So that mysterious music is really interesting.
Yeah.
Really fun. You guys see Fast 9 or Forever Purge? Have you seen any of those movies?
No. I probably won't see F9 because it probably will be like the last 8. I might see Forever Purge. I don't know. I feel like the Purge could be so much better.
I know the concept is cool, right?
Yeah, first one was cool. We'll see what this third one is like.
Yeah, I Fast and Furious is one of those things that I've just like admired from afar. Like I've never watched it, but I see a lot of people loving it. I see the iconic images from it. I see the memes, the family shit. Super fun, but I haven't gotten into it. I don't know if I want to get into all nine movies, but I do want to watch it.
Insert family meme, Vin Diesel's gonna be mad that I'm not supporting the family. Sorry.
Yeah, my favorite one is the one with Lion King. Have you seen that one where it's like Mufasa's falling, and then all of a sudden Vin Diesel grabs him and they're chilling in the car?
That's fun.
But yeah, hey, thank you, J. again. Yeah, thank you again.
Appreciate you.
But yeah, so that's it for Tyler the Creator. We got a couple more tracks to review real quick, or just mention. But first one we got to review is this new Brent Faiyez Drake collab that came out. Wasting Time. Thank you to Curry, by the way, who like filled me in. I had no idea this was happening. But produced by the Neptunes, which is
that was pretty interesting.
Cool.
That was pretty interesting. I think you sent me the post where the album art was released, and I was like, okay, looks like a Nerd album or a Pharrell album.
Yeah, like the figure that like it's like a bobblehead type thing.
Yeah, like the little like Bape guys. I think it's like that's based off of that. But that's pretty cool. It's been produced by the Neptunes. I don't know if it like contributed that much to the track, but I thought it was an okay track. It didn't like blow me away. I felt like it should have been used to give us insight on that Certified Lover Boy sound. And I don't know if it really did though, as opposed to the other tracks that Drake has been releasing.
Yeah.
But it was okay. Brent Faiyez was good as well. I don't know. It was like an okay feature. But I don't know what your thoughts on it was.
I definitely liked it more, but I'm on the same boat where it's like, it doesn't, it doesn't move me as much as like I thought a Brent Faiyez Drake feature would,
right,
or collab would. But I like how it's a kind of a throwback to like more 2000s hip hop, like a little more fun.
Yeah,
that beat is very like old school Pharrell, like so it was nice to see him. And also, like, I just want to real quick say, like, man, Drake, the track itself isn't terribly memorable. Like, it isn't. I'm not going to be going back to it as much as I'd like to.
Right.
But Drake's lyricism, his flow on there is top notch.
Yeah.
He's ready. Yeah. He's ready for Certified Lover.
Yeah.
He's locked in. It's definitely a track you want to listen to at night.
Yeah.
Have it on there for sure. So I like it. Like it's 6 out of 10, 6.5.
Yeah, I'd say that area. Pretty. I don't want to say mid, but that's a pretty mid rating. But I will say it's I do enjoy the track.
I really like it. Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. Mm-hmm. I think it kind of gave us a little bit of a taste on what a Brent Faiyez and Drake collab could look like on Certified Lover Boy, which I feel like we'll see if he has features on there, which he probably will. So in that regard, I'm pretty excited. But a little bit of a taste of that.
Yeah. And I don't know if you listened to this actually, but there was a Division and Ty Dolla $ign joint album coming out soon.
Oh, damn.
They announced it, and they came out with a single last week called "I Believed It," featuring Mac Miller, which is
I didn't see that.
Crazy. Yeah. Apparently, I was listening to the Rory and Mal podcast, and they had him on.
Shout out Rory.
And he had he had Division on, I believe, and they said that verse, he was Mac Miller said like, I'm going to take this verse real quick and just work on it, and then 2 days later he had passed.
Shit!
So this was literally like one of his last works, and it was great. I love this record.
Damn.
In my opinion, I find it better than the Wasting Time record.
Yeah.
And also,
I gotta check that out then.
And that Division Ty Dolla $ign joint album is going to be nice. Very excited to see what that is. Another thing that they said on the Rory Mal podcast, I'm anxious to get your thoughts on it. they were saying that like Mac Miller and Tyler the Creator were are kind of on the same wavelength, in that they started off as rappers and then found their like stretched out their artistry, and they're kind of just starting to get into their prime.
Yeah.
So like, you know, with Mac Miller, or with Tyler the Creator dropping his most recent album, being this like the mix of the two, you know, hip hop and his artistry, it got him really sad about thinking about Mac Miller. You know, you're thinking about Swimming, you think about Circles, how much that really, you know, how amazing those albums are, and just you start to wonder like what it would have looked like, how his career would have shaped out to be. You know, with him, he was singing, getting into more acoustic stuff with Good News. So it really makes you think, man. Really makes you wonder like what Mac Miller would have grown to be. Sad to see him go, man. One of those ones where I read the news and I was like, wow,
yeah, that was like
my week.
That was like the beginning of when we started this podcast. Like, I'm pretty sure, right? It was like,
I do remember one of that being
it was
one
like
of the first
3
posts,
years ago or something.
One of the first IG posts we had to make was like, "Rest in peace, Mac Miller."
Yeah, it was crazy.
Sucks. But yeah,
I'll definitely check out that track. I don't think I've heard any posts, like any song with like a Mac Miller feature on it since his passing, besides his albums that he's been released or that they've released for him under his name. So I'll definitely check that out though.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a good news topic. I didn't know to bring this up, but yeah, did you hear about that, the MGK stuff?
No. What is did you hear they got MGK to play him, and that Miller's brother didn't like it?
Yeah. So there's this movie coming out that apparently MGK is in, and it's inspired by Mac Miller's story.
Oh man.
And it's a little it's distasteful
really?
A little bit, because it's apparently following a rapper in his last days while working on an album or something, and MGK was playing the titular character, or the main character, and it was titled Good News, based off that song, and it's like apparently has no direct ties to Mac Miller's like company or like his people, his estate. And Mac Miller's brother took to Twitter and said like, "Yo, not fucking with this. Change the name at least."
MGK too, like I don't like him.
I know, me neither, man. So I'm not. It feels like he's kind of trying to capitalize off the situation, which I don't really like. And they said that they're going to change the name. You know, good.
We'll see.
But yeah, we'll update you guys on that, I guess.
That's weird.
Yeah,
I don't know. I didn't know they were making like inspired by Mac Miller or something like that. But MGK is like a creepy dude. Like, he's not like a good person. So I feel like he should be the last person to play Mac Miller as anyone. Like, that dude's like a straight up pedophile. I don't know if you know that. Like, I don't know if y'all heard that. There's like a video of him like 4 years ago where he's like being interviewed, and he's like, "Bro, I would hook up with Kendall Jenner for sure." And they're and she was like 17 or something. He's like, "Bro, it doesn't matter. She's Kendall Jenner." Ooh, and I'm like, "Bro,
that's literally like, that is like the poster child for like what you should not say.
Yeah.
Absolutely should not say.
Yeah, and now he's dating Megan Fox.
Fox,
she's fine.
She's great. Yeah.
But like, I don't know why. I don't know.
I don't know how that all worked out. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Let's see. So yeah.
Crazy stuff. Anti MGK fans here. Just so you know.
I remember when he was beefing with Eminem, and he called his beard weird.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, last thing I wanted to mention, man. There's a new version of Nas's "Life Is Like a Dice Game" from, I believe, I forget the album that it was originally from, but it features Corday and Freddie Gibbs.
Yo,
if y'all want to see 3 generations of hip hop, of hip hop's greatest rapping on the same track, man, you got to check that out. Again, "Life Is Like a Dice Game." The new version, it's like a Spotify singles type thing.
Oh, okay.
So go check that out, man. Yeah. So that's kind of all the news topics we have for you. Now we're just kind of hanging with you guys.
Yeah.
I have a question for you real quick. So you and Maya, that you run a foodie account, food lovers. So I want to talk to you about this. Teriyaki sauce. Is it a little played out?
I mean, it depends how you use it.
Like, is it kind of
like chicken teriyaki?
Chicken teriyaki, like the taste of it. Like, have you personally gotten a little bit tired of it?
It's not my favorite. I will say.
It's a bit too strong sometimes.
Yeah, I think if I'm getting chicken teriyaki, I'm probably getting it at like a Japanese restaurant, like in like a bento box.
Yeah, bento box.
I wouldn't order it on its own though. I'd rather get, if we're thinking about Asian meats, I'd rather get like a bulgogi or something like that.
Bulgogi's amazing.
Yeah. But I mean, chicken teriyaki is good. I don't know. I've never thought of anything being played out, but
I'm a little
burnt out on the teriyaki.
I'm definitely a little burnt out on the teriyaki, man. Definitely a little burnt out.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get some Asian food tonight. Maybe.
Oh.
Yeah. Maybe we'll hit up some pho.
Oh, I love a good pho.
There's a good pho place around the corner.
Oh man, yeah, and the weather is like nice for pho, because usually like summer. I mean, where I live, it's like dry heat, so it's kind of tough to go get ramen or pho. But yeah, this weather is nice, so I'm definitely gonna try to get that. Hold on, let's see. Let me get this straight. They can get Megan Thee Stallion in the MCU, but not John, because for She-Hulk, yeah.
She's gonna be She-Hulk?
No, she's gonna be in the She-Hulk.
Oh,
series.
I'm gonna say like that's gonna be weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know they cast someone as She-Hulk, but that's
interesting. You know what I did see? Speaking of John Krasinski, I saw Quiet Place 2.
How is that?
In my opinion, not good.
Really? Okay. Because I've been that it's like the best possible sequel.
No, it's probably the worst possible sequel in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Without spoiling too much of it.
I won't spoil,
Why?
Okay, so where the first one leaves off, obviously, spoiler if you haven't seen the first Quiet Place, but obviously John Krasinski's character like dies. And so that leaves just Emily Blunt with a newborn and 2 kids alone in this world. That left me thinking, oh shit, Quiet Place 2, gonna be Emily Blunt's movie. She's gonna come out strong. She's gonna become the leader of the family. Like, we're gonna stay with them, and she's gonna come out triumphant and be the hero, take John Krasinski's place, and stuff like that.
Okay.
That's what I thought. First Quiet Place.
Okay.
Now I'm going to talk about the second Quiet Place. I will not do any spoilers for it, but I will say that does not happen.
Wow.
And the charm of the first one is lost completely with the second addition to the story. What I loved about the first movie was that we stuck with this small family, and it was just about them and their survival. The way the second one is formatted, it's all split up. You basically don't care about anyone. And then there's also no third act. It's only an hour and a half long. It could have used another half hour to wrap it all up, but it doesn't. Didn't really like that. Production design goes, looks insane. It looks really, really good. Reminds me of like The Last of Us. If you guys have played that video game, looks like it's taken straight out of The Last of Us. Like, looks really good. Obviously the sound design is amazing and stuff like that. But what I wanted from a sequel was you learn more about the monsters and about the world itself. Okay. Which you do kind of, but you barely learn anything new. Emily Blunt is honestly way less of a role in the second movie.
That's interesting, considering that she's kind of the head of the family. You kind of think that they would spend. So is it another example of like a sequel just going too big?
No, it's like
or
not going far enough. I think.
Oh, okay.
If this is not really a part 2, this is like a part 1.5 in my opinion. I feel like if it needed to be a part 2, the story needs to be way more fleshed out. There needs to be, I need to care more about the characters. I think I like the split up scene. So I don't know if this is much of a spoiler, but the way that the second movie is formatted is that people are off doing their own thing.
Okay.
And it's intercutting between 3 different things happening at the same time. But that's the whole movie is like,
that
it's
can
just
get messy.
intercutting, back and forth. You're never with one people for that long. Whereas the first movie, you're with them the whole time. So you're like invested. Whereas at one point in the set, and when I'm watching, I'm like, it's just happening. And like, it just plays out.
You're just kind of there for the
and
ride.
You just kind of, and then it just ends. So it's like, usually when something like, it's great when it's set up. The setup is great, and then the intercutting starts, and there's 3 different things happening at the same once. You're intercutting between 3 different timelines happening at the same time. That's great when it's leading up to the climax of the film, not for the entire time.
Yeah.
So that was my main beef. It didn't feel like a full 3 acts. I felt like the climax of the film is when it ends.
Wow.
So obviously, it's awesome. Like you're on the edge of your seat, and then it's over.
Oh, so do they kind of sequel bait? Or is it kind of?
I guess like they could. There's so little that actually furthers the story that they could still go wherever they wanted with it. Like there wasn't much that actually furthered like something new about the world.
Interesting. Okay.
Which is what you do with a sequel. If they do a part 3, they probably will. But I hope that they actually explore more with the story, because I think it starts out really cool. They kind of show you like how it started, like the apocalypse or whatever, like the first few days. But that's literally the first 10 minutes. Anyway, that's my little rant. I did not like it as much as the first one. I'll say that.
Yeah. One thing that I've been watching is Loki.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard some mixed things about that too, though.
Dude, I love it.
Is it good?
It's probably the best. This is my opinion. It's the best Marvel show they've done.
Oh damn.
And it's the most ambitious thing they've done.
Yeah.
It's the most. It's very cool, man. I loved it.
Cool.
It's very. It reminds me, how I describe it is kind of like, imagine like The Good Place, but
I saw the first episode. So I got that. Yeah.
The Good Place with like Blade Runner 2049-ish type vibes.
That's cool.
And then, obviously it's very not Marvel. That's the thing that's fun about it. It's very not Marvel. It has a little bit of like Star Wars in it, like classic Star Wars, not this, everything that came after. Like George Lucas, 1977.
Oh,
Star Wars.
Very cool.
I won't say anything.
No spoilers.
Yes,
don't worry.
Absolutely no spoilers.
I'm not going to spoil.
What I will say, I'm not much of a Loki guy. Like prior to this show, I like when he showed up in Avengers, I was kind of like, he's cool.
Yeah.
Whatever. Lil Bean. Hey man, I haven't been here in a while. He's the guy that comes in.
Oh, what up?
Thank you, man. But yeah. And then in Thor: The Dark World, didn't really love him. Didn't love the movie, but I know a lot of people go crazy for him. And then Infinity War, he fucking dies, which was cool. And I like him, but in the show where they kind of, or they do it really well, is that he's obviously the protagonist of the show. It's named after him, but they don't let go of his antagonistic qualities. Like his
bad guy.
He's still very much the same guy that as
villain.
Loki, but he just happens to be the main character of the show. People are pushing him to be good. Is he good? Watch to find out. But
I'll definitely check it out. It looked very interesting after the first episode.
Yeah, and also what I will say is that this show has single-handedly. I say all that to say that all that stuff about me saying I don't really like Loki in the MCU, like they usually play him pretty straightforward as a villain.
Yeah,
which is not very interesting, especially with the actor they have, Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah, he's great. Yeah.
Yeah, but the show made him into one of my top 5 favorite protagonists in
Really?
the MCU. And think about all the
I'm glad.
main characters we got. We got, this is my top 5. We got Steve Rogers, Chris Evans, Tony Stark, Peter Parker, and I got Loki in there. And then my 5th one, in case you're curious, is Star-Lord. I know people don't really love Chris Pratt. He's kind of gotten played out. He's gotten the Jennifer Lawrence treatment, I feel like. But big praise. I'm loving the show.
Cool.
This episode 4 is like a series finale.
Oh shit.
It's great.
Is it all out now, or are they still coming?
There's still 2 more episodes to come out, and they come out on Wednesdays, which is different from.
I'll have to start it.
Thursdays.
I'll have to start it.
Yeah,
or I guess I already have, but I think I was really waiting for Dave to come out. So
yeah, Dave. Yeah, it's kind of like the reverse. Like you're gonna binge Loki, I'm gonna binge Dave. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
You said there's 4 episodes of Dave too, right?
Yeah.
So perfect.
It's pretty easy to binge them.
Yeah. What's your favorite superhero?
In the MCU or in general?
Let's say in general.
In general, I don't know. I judge just off of what movies I like, not
you can say MCU.
Okay, okay.
Who's your favorite?
Well, okay, so out of MCU, my favorite, probably Iron Man. I like the Iron Man movies the most. I've seen of the standalone movies. I've watched more of the Iron Man ones. Iron Man 1, iconic movie, the start of the MCU, basically.
I know.
So that's why I really love it.
Incredible.
I don't know. And then I think outside the MCU, I like Batman a lot. I think he's pretty dope. I actually really like the Christopher Nolan Batmans, Dark Knight Rises, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Pretty sick. And then 3rd, I'd probably say Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I love the what's the one with Willem Dafoe?
The Tobey Maguire.
The Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. So really cool.
Yeah.
But
yeah. I mean, apparently they're making a comeback.
That's why I'm hyped about it.
Exciting.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I can't wait to see where they reintroduce him. Like how they reintroduce him.
Yeah.
Because with Loki they go into some really crazy stuff. So I feel like the world is now built up to the point where you can have someone from a different cinematic universe come in. And I know Hugh Jackman apparently took pictures with Kevin Feige and posted the Wolverine photo.
I'm hyped about that.
Yeah.
Guillermo says we have the same exact taste. That's cool.
There you go. Yeah, I saw Iron Man. Yeah.
Iron Man. The Dave episode with Benny Blanco was mad weird. That is true.
Is that the one at the party and like they meet up?
The new season.
Oh, the new season.
Yeah. I did love Benny Blanco. Benny Blanco's great. He's hella funny. But the new season, I'm like, bro, that was the hardest episode to get through, I will say.
Man, I can't wait. Oh, okay.
It was like, I'm like, bruh, is this
Man, I can't wait to see that, man. I'm definitely gonna text you whenever I get to that episode.
You definitely gotta let me know your thoughts on that one.
Yeah. Let's see. All the Spider-Man No Way Home merch. Yeah, I've been trying to. I don't know about you, but I when it comes to like Marvel movies, or movies in general, like movies I know I'm gonna watch. I try to stay away from the news because I've definitely had my fix where like I follow all the movie updates and all that, and then I watch the movie and I don't enjoy it as much because I already know everything.
I'm not trying to do that.
Just because like I'll see a trailer and I'm like, okay, this has to happen here because it seems like a big moment, and rinse and repeat, and then I know the whole movie.
Right.
So I try to stay away from that, but the merch. I haven't seen the merch. I haven't seen any of the leaks. We keep it that way. Let's see. Here, what's your guys' favorite song from After Hours? Let me pull up After Hours real quick.
What's your guys' favorite song from After Hours after having it settle over time?
Yeah. What are you feeling?
Man. Probably. That's a hard question.
It really is a hard question. just because there's so much to like about every single song.
There was a moment that I had a really cool moment with the titular track of the album, After Hours. That song, I was listening to it on my way. I was on a plane ride coming into LA. Coming into the Bay Area. I think this was earlier. I don't know if it was this time around. I think it was when I came like the beginning of June.
Mm-hmm.
And right when the beat like hit in that song, the plane like landed.
Oh,
and I was like, yo! It was like it just like timed out perfectly.
You scream out, yo, and everyone's on the flight like, oh no,
yeah, we're about to like go down. Yeah. So that that kind of reinvigorated my love for that song. I feel like Alone Again. I know it's like the first song of the album, but like when that song comes on in a shuffle, I'm like, gotta listen to the whole album now. Like it's probably the best intro track he's done. And then let's see, probably Faith, probably my number 3. But honestly, every song on the album is good. So
yeah, I can't really. As for my favorite song, damn, I mean, I'll probably go with Hardest to Love, just because it's so different.
Great. I love that song too.
Such a different vibe to it. Scared to Live is another great one. The lyrics on there are so amazing. If I held you back, at least I held you close.
I like that song.
Incredible. But as for like the song that I go back to the most, is probably Save Your Tears, just because it's in the cycle right now of top songs right now, and it's so re-listenable. It's so easy to just like. It's like what's the song that I said? My Life with 21 Savage.
Oh, yeah.
It's like whenever it comes on in the shovel, I'm not skipping it. Like what? Like it's such a great song. The OG version is probably the best version in my opinion. I don't know if that's a hot take. I think that's a pretty cold take. So, you know, Take Me Back to LA will be on the Weeknd's new album. That could be like a cool start to it. That would be a cool way to start it.
I also, of the bonus tracks, I think Nothing Compares is my favorite. So
yeah. But Final Lullaby is like one of those songs that I definitely agree Nothing Compares is the best, but Final Lullaby is like such a vibe when you're just like, when you're under the influences of, you know, a plant or whatever, and you're just chilling at night, you know, laying in bed.
That's true. I've never done that. Maybe
I'll try that. It's very nice. The vibe too, man.
The vibe.
Yes. Yeah. So there you go. This is kind of the wrap up, I guess.
Yeah, the wrap up. If you guys have any other comments, anything else you want us to give our thoughts on, go ahead and shoot them in the chat or in the super chat if you're feeling generous. Every dollar counts. This is going to reimbursing Chesco and his laptop fund. So if you want to support him in getting his money back up, because that was an unfortunate loss.
Yes.
That happened live in front of all. That was like a very messy stream, but it was like pretty fun, I would say.
Yeah, it was. I feel like we've been on a roll with like just goated moments in Our Thoughts history. We got the Joker moment with DJ Khaled.
Khaled.
That whole stream on 2 weeks ago was so fun, man. I think we did it so you can actually watch it. It was blocked, obviously, because of the music, but I believe you said that you trimmed the segment out, so you can actually go back and watch it. All our live streams are available to watch on our playlists.
If you guys haven't noticed, our live stream used to just live on our front page of our channel. But now we put them all on our Thoughts Live playlist on our channel, so it's a little bit easier to find all of them. Helps us with the algorithm a little more. Like, apparently you're not supposed to have live streams sitting on your channel or whatever. But if you want to go back and watch some of our past 16 live streams, they're all on
16 going on
17. If you want to go on our channel, go to playlist, Our Thoughts Live playlist. You can watch them all back. And if you want to watch us reacting to Chesco's laptop dying in real time, that video should now be unblocked. I cut out the part with the Tyler Creator music, so it just kind of ends, but you can see when that happens. So go ahead, check out our past streams, and stick around for our future streams. But
yeah, and also we will have once we kind of once Matt gets back in LA, once he gets settled in and gets back into his workflow, and we'll kind of start to pick back up with our like pre-recorded stuff. We have one. I know I have it mostly outlined, the weekend kind of. Since it seems like we're saying goodbye to the after hours era, we want to do a whole video dedicated to that. So we want to say our farewells to it. We have obviously the Tyler Creator deep dive. We're gonna keep. It's still in Our Thoughts summer. We're gonna keep. There's gonna be a lot of videos added to our feed. I'm not gonna say soon, just because I know that can be very misleading. Over the course of the summer, we're gonna be feeding you guys a lot of really good videos. A lot of really fun videos, man.
We will definitely do a final after hours video for you guys. I think as we transition out of that phase, as you said.
Also another thing I wanted to bring up. I was thinking we should do a game night soon.
I'm down. Hey, get us to 10K. We'll do another game night, or maybe we'll just do it anyway.
Yeah, I think 10K was for the Battle of the Bars.
Oh, right? You're right.
Yeah, and also your son. Just can't forget about that. Where is he, by the way? Is he here?
He's in the trunk of my car. So if you want to free Theodore, #free Teddy, get us a 10K and I'll unlock the car. So yeah.
Thank God I wasn't like mid drink or like gulping a big taking a big sip, because I would have spit that all over my laptop and we would have had a sequel to that moment. But
I know.
But yeah,
move that drink.
Thank God. Yeah, Guillermo, I'm trying to donate and keeps declining. Don't worry about it. It's okay. We'll
all good.
Yeah, don't even worry about it. We'll just do it next stream or whatever.
Yeah, we'll catch you next stream. But yeah, it's been Our Thoughts summer so far. We got a lot. We're gonna get back to the grind.
Yeah, we had a bit of a setback, but I think that's the purpose of Our Thoughts summer, right?
Yeah.
We despite the ups, the downs, we're still thinking.
Well, we're one laptop down. We got a new one. We will resume our usual plans for the OTP summer. So,
yes, sir.
With that being said, appreciate y'all. Thank you for coming through. Hopefully you guys like this in-person format. Starting, I guess, next week, we'll probably be returning to our usual show, our usual format. But that's okay. It'll still be the same show, still doing a lot of our thoughts shenanigans, but appreciate you guys. Check us out. Go ahead and check out those links in the description below. For our socials, check us out, Our Thoughts Podcast on Twitter, Instagram, and you can check us out. We stream every Tuesday or Thursday, 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. EST. And follow us on our socials to keep up to date. And we will see you guys next week. Peace out. Our Thoughts summer in full effect.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. Oh, there it is.